Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker. And now you will excuse me if I don't pronounce it correctly. Sir? Where is it? Over there. Mr. Olwam Mnqwazi. That's right. Okay, great stuff. Mr. Mnqwazi is an author and the managing director of the Black Hat Group, an innovative research and leadership development agency based in Nelson Mandela Bay. He is also the founder and chairperson of the Fruits of Democracy, an NPO critiquing the democratic dispensation, recognizing youth excellence, and organizing public engagements in the Eastern Cape. Mr. Mnqwazi holds a BA degree majoring in public administration and industrial and organizational psychology, as well as a BA honours in development studies, both from Nelson Mandela University. As from September 2022, he has joined the Faculty of Education TVET unit as a contract worker for online education. Mr. Mnqwazi enjoys a wide range of accolades ranging from the 2019 Advanced Media's 100 Most Influential Young Africans in Leadership and Civil Society to the 2015 Mail and Guardian 200 Young South Africans, to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Olwam Mnqwazi. Thank you.
I have not graduated for a long time. I don't know whether to look in front or to look but it's great to be here, and I truly appreciate the invitation that was extended to me, and I do not take it lightly. I'm happy that the principal has recognized all the important and respectable people that are amongst us. So mine is to say all protocol observed. But I do wish to recognize the chair of council, Professor Olwam, and also the principal, Mr. Fanyeke. I know that there's an SFC president. I didn't get to meet, but I would like to recognize the president, the support staff, the students, and the people that we are here for today. Basically, you have convened us. Good morning. Today's occasion does not allow much engagement, no explanation. I will be succinct and provocative, and hope you will buy my book for better engagement. South Africans are making their indelible mark across the globe. We wake up every day with one star from amongst us shooting up in the firmament, and we are here also to send you off as those stars. The college EMC has sought out to excel in creating employability and lifelong learning opportunities for all of the students, our students. And this reminds me of my high school teacher, my accounting teacher, who used to, in agony, tell us that a mistake committed by a doctor is seen 6 feet underground. But a mistake committed by a lecturer or a teacher, you bump into them in the street corner, and sometimes they ask for money from you. I'm sure EMC has only created successes out of all the people under the sound of my voice. If not, at least be respectful and be considerate enough to even change cities. So so that we don't get it against you under the street corner. But I am very hopeful that we will not do that with this cohort. A little bit about me, that is in line with employability, that is in line with creating jobs. I was employed by the National University, and at some stage, through many decisions and thinking, I got up from my office, I walked out of the university because the light of hope was dying from within me. I wanted to find out what is it that I already know at that stage that I can look at deeply and see if Olwam can you really do what this qualification is saying you can do. So I pondered, I looked at my academic record. It said that I can negotiate for labor relations. It said that I understood HR relations from the industrial psychology aspect and a lot of organizational psychology lessons. I looked at my public administration courses that I've completed. It also promised me so much, of which I spent acquiring, or so I thought, in the university. And I had also been in the process of acquiring an honors in development studies. The reality of my life was not showing the academic achievements that I had at the time. Looking back, and now that I know a bit more, I suspect even depression was even setting in. The urge to just be in a different space, the urge to just withdraw from society completely, and look into what your life is becoming, what your life has become. I set a month, and my employer, very kind, and my manager at the time convened me again and said, Olwam, take 1 or 2 more weeks and come back and tell us. Then I realized that my vision for my life was not clear. I did not know whether I was coming or going. I did not know if I was committed to the scholarship we were working on. I did not know if I was committed to this philosophical orientation that our names would have been attached to with every article we churn out, every presentation we did at the university and all over the country. And we've been involved also with the book production funded by HSRC, and I was one of the lead youth researchers at the time, coordinating the work across the country in 98 provinces. But my vision of my life was not clear, and that was the biggest problem that I was facing. The world out there is unkind for people who are not clear to themselves. You will be tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. You will be given tasks to perform by everyone who sees you as an idle person, a graduate, and somebody who requires a job. The college has set out to create you to be employable. And hopefully that we all add into the solution of finding a job. So, I want to urge you, as you will be applying for work and for jobs, do not forget to apply yourself. Do not forget to study and commit to yourself as a person, because that will set you apart. You will get a lot of people who are stressing you and putting you under pressure so that you gel with them. They will be called friends, they will be called colleagues, they will be called bosses, they will be called subordinates, children, wives, husbands, and family members. None of those people, and this is a bold statement to make, none of those people can give you life that you haven't given to yourself. So, in my work, what we have done when I started a company and I started recruiting some of the learners from the local colleges, PE College, EMC, and we recruited one another and started helping research students who needed to get help with getting interviews across Nelson Mandela Bay and transcribing interviews so as to make sure that they actually just look at the words and not have to go through the voice recordings and all the data that they've collected. We regrouped and formed ourselves into an organization that also responded to the question, to the demand of credible corporate election service providers, both outside in the communities, the trusts, in up to Humansdorp is Grahamstown. And we've also done so in this college and the college, the sister college, which is the public college, PE College in Nelson Mandela Bay. And all of that work was done by learners and graduates of this college and the other one, supervised by some of the staff members who are now in Nelson Mandela University. Others have PhDs. Some of my friends that I've had the benefit to speak to and ask counsel, they're employed and are working across the country, and they all hold PhDs, of which I do not have. However, the world out there demanded something different from me. One of the experiences was when I realized that I get to be invited to speak local primary schools, high schools, churches, church youth groups, and then I realized that I can't split myself into all the pieces that needs to go out. I thought, let me put together my base ideas and called it my first book. It's really a booklet, Writing the Way, and I picked up from society some of the conversations that were happening. Although they're all different to some extent, there's one thing that was common with this piece of work, was that it was purely created by us. We produced the manuscript, we directed the printers what to print, we did the graphic design work and everything. So that manuscript, including this one that I have today, is created by people like you and me locally, and the only outsourced element of it was just the printing and just the graphic design, but done also by a young man based in Joburg. So this is the story of somebody, I suppose, who have looked into their life and realized that a vision is a compass through life. And no one will ever give you that vision. We have to do the labor of finding out, why am I here in the world? Why was I born? Regardless of the circumstances that led to my conception. Why am I still alive? And answering those questions for myself has led many others around me to answer for themselves. And that is why this light that we started in my company, Black Hat, it has now extended to far much more than I was hoping. As I conclude, one of the attended in Wales University, and the professor happens to be the chair of council, Professor Olwam. The person was Vice Chairman, Professor Olwam gave a review after a lot of follow-up from the email from Mike. And the review was a very professorial deck. Had a pen, and she gave it in an email and fed us if this person is strong enough to receive this critique, then forward the email to the person. The excited Mike forwarded the email to me. Any pride SOL would ever find itself into the hands of a sitting chair of council, a professor well known for her writing, well-researched and well-read human being of which we all desire and aspire to be like. But secondly, is that I realized that I just got a free professorial critique, of which I didn't pay for. And we used that to develop this book a little bit better from that manuscript, from that critique. So sometimes people or critique will come, it will be dressed in different gowns. I choose now to realize that sometimes this critique is just free counsel, of which I would have paid for, of which I would have used my last money to get into a plane, go and accommodate myself in Johannesburg, sit and wait for an available slot for a professor, well revered, to read my little thoughts. So critique, therefore, sometimes is that help that you couldn't afford, but it comes in dressed like this professorial deck and a pen, and it comes through a well-wisher like a mic, and also willing bodies, willing human beings who say that with this diploma, with this certificate, I cannot sit and wait for people to come through for me. I can't wake up and watch the sun coming up from the east and setting to the west. I cannot sit on the couch and wait for government provision. It's good enough that we get the grant, it's good enough we get the 350, and these really help. But I have to be so the sole champion of my own life with a clear radar and a vision, a compass that knows exactly where it is going. With those few words, I wanted to appreciate the invitation and hope that when we meet in the streets, we will run to each other and not avoid each other for fear of asking each other money, but that you have made a life for yourself that just like me, my teachers now are learning to tell me when they are post. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mnqwazi. Students, I trust that you understand that critique is part of life. I think it came out, and I was trying to explain that to say you're going to reach hurdles in life. It's going to come your way, but it's how you decide to deal with them. Here's an example on how critique will come through, and deciding on how you want to deal with it is going to determine the outcome, because you've got the ability to choose that outcome. So, thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing some thoughts. Highly appreciate it. Thank you for the wise words. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Highly appreciate it.